Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Today we have to learn about the colors of the spectrum. The white light that we see of the sun is not actually white. It is a combination of different colors. And when a ray of this white light is passed through a triangular prism, whether this is a triangular prism, it is made up of transparent glass or plastic. This is the ray of white light. When it passes through the triangular prism, it splits up into 7 different colors. These colors are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Okay. This splitting of white light into its different component colors is known as dispersion. The continuous band of colors is known as spectrum. The different colors of the spectrums are produced because different wavelengths of lights are refracted at slightly different angles. Red light has longer wavelength and blue light has the wavelength of the blue light is less as compared to the wavelength of the red light. That is why the red light is not refracted as different wavelengths are seen as different colors. The wavelength of red light is longer as compared to the wavelength of violet light. The wavelength of red light is 0.0007 millimeter, while the wavelength of violet light is 0.0004 millimeter. So the red light is not refracted as much as the blue light. Red light is less refracted as compared to the violet light. When Newton did this experiment, he thought that he could detect only these 7 different colors. In fact, there are 2 more colors that cannot be seen with the naked eye, and these colors are infrared colors and ultraviolet colors. Arabs and Chinese knew about the lenses in about 800 AD. 500 years later, the first spectacles were made in Italy. Next topic is rainbows. Rainbow is an example of spectrum that is formed naturally. It is caused when sunlight from behind you is reflected through the raindrop in front of you. Actually, this raindrop acts like a prism and it splits the white light of the sun into different colors of the spectrum. We can see this effect when we are looking at garden spray or the spray from a waterfall in bright sunlight. The sky looks blue because blue light is scattered in all directions by the atmosphere. Next we have to do test yourself. Question number 1. What is a spectrum? The answer will start from this line. When a ray of white light is passed through a triangular prism, it is split into different colors. The continuous spread of the color is called spectrum. From this line up to this line. Question number 2, part A. Which is refracted most by a prism? Red light or blue light? The answer is red light has a longer wavelength than blue light. Red light is not refracted as much as blue light. Blue light is refracted more as compared to red light. Question number 2, part B. Explain your answer. The different colors of the spectrum are produced because different wavelengths of light are refracted at slightly different angles. This is called dispersion. Different wavelengths are seen as different colors. This is the answer. Question number 3, part A. Write down the 7 colors of the visible spectrum in order, starting with red. Beta, you have to draw this diagram in the answer. When a white light passes through a prism, it splits into 7 different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Question number 3, part B. Make up an easy way of remembering the colors of the spectrum. Write it down. The answer is rest of you go back in van. R for red, O for orange, Y for yellow, G for green, B for blue, I for indigo and V for violet. Another way of remembering the color of the spectrum is VIB-Goyer. Question number 4. Explain why white light is refracted by a prism into colors of the spectrum. The answer will start from this line up to this line, including this diagram also. Question number 5. Part A. Explain how a rainbow is formed. The answer will start from this line up to this line, including this up to this. Part B. If you were facing a rainbow, where would your shadow be formed? Because since the rainbow is formed when the sun is behind us, the shadow will be formed in front of us. Thank you.